Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Norwell High School basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker, bringing you the action tonight from the castle between your Norwell Knights and the Panthers from Eastbrook. And Derek, I know we were talking about this crew a little bit before the game, the visiting Panthers that is, and I know you said they've got one shooter who will light it up from long distance.
Yeah, that's Mansbarger, and he really can shoot it. He's a terrific shooter. He creates his own offense. Now, he's not terribly efficient from the field, as he really will take a lot of shots. He's going to miss some shots, but he can hit from just about anywhere on the floor, anywhere in the half court. He's in range, and he's certainly not afraid to pull the trigger. The other guy is Childs, of course, the head coach of Brian Childs, the son of head coach Brian Childs, I should say. He can shoot it a little bit as well, and then the transfer point guard from Marion can play as well, but he is not a shooter. The Eastbrook team struggles to score a little bit, as do the Knights. The difference being, I think Norwell's more defensively sound, which would probably give them the edge in this contest.
Yeah, Eastbrook averaging just over 52 points a game. Norwell averaging only 47 points a game to this point, and their offense for the Knights has been pretty one-dimensional to this point.
Yeah, that's right. Norwell has really struggled to shoot it from the outside, and Coach Mike McBride told me flat out today, you can't shoot it 2 for 11 from the three and win. So the shooting from the outside has to get better. It's definitely struggled, but I think we kind of knew that. It's not something that's really surprising. Norwell's got to find somebody that can consistently get hot at times, because they're going to need to knock down a couple of threes and at least present an outside presence and make other teams respect that, because if they don't have to, they can pack it in all day, let them shoot the three, and they're going to miss every time. So it makes Norwell very difficult to score on offense, and it makes it real easy on the defense when you can't hit the three.
Yeah, and that 2 for 11 you referred to, Derek, was the performance in the loss most recently to Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger. That was a 7-point loss, and the Knights were in that game until late. Frankly, Dwenger just started hitting their shots.
Yeah, Dwenger's a good ball club. I think Norwell really competed better than I thought they would. I thought Dwenger would come in. The Saints are going to have a real nice year in the SAC. Only 2-7 last year. They're going to be much better than that, at least middle of the pack in the SAC, which is a tremendously difficult conference to play in. But I think Norwell competed well. They played real well defensively. I thought their defense was very good. They recovered very well. The problem is they just couldn't score. And when you can't present a threat to score, you're going to have trouble winning basketball games unless your defense is perfect. And the Saints were missing shots. They were under 30% for the majority of that game until the fourth quarter. Then they started getting a couple better looks. The defense broke down only a couple of times, but it cost Norwell the game.
Yeah, and that, of course, was Norwell's second consecutive loss after starting the season with 2 wins on the road. Eastbrook comes in at 1-2, and between these two teams over the last 30 years, obviously not that many, but Norwell with a commanding 8-1 series lead.
Yeah, that's right. Last year, the victory, 53-44, down and in Upland, and it was a game where, again, Norwell kind of pulled away late, and Norwell's games are, quite frankly, very predictable in the way they're going to play out. One team's more than likely going to pull away with some free throws at the end, and Norwell has been almost 500 in those games that are being decided by less than 10 points, which is more than half of Coach Mike McBride's games here at Norwell. So an interesting statistic. Norwell will keep it close because they don't score a lot of points, but they're also very defensively sound, and that keeps a lot of teams in the game, but it also allows some some not so good opponents to hang around with you and keep them in the game as well.
Yeah, Norwell is favored tonight in this one by 9, a 55-46 prediction from the Herald site for this evening's game. And, of course, those predictions can be a little off this early in the season. Eastbrook in the past, anyway, has played pretty up-tempo, so we may see a little bit more scoring than that.
That's right. I do think with Norwell's defensive activity, I think they're going to be able to slow down everybody but Mansbarger in transition. And if they're able to do that and force Eastbrook into a half-court set, we're going to see a typical Norwell game in the 40s.
Not a big crowd here tonight. No. Derek, I'm sorry, finish your thought.
I was about finished, so
okay.
You're pretty good.
Not a big crowd here tonight. Of course, the weather a little iffy. Main roads are fine. Back roads will probably result in a delay for Northern Wells Community School tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. The good news, though, is that we did not get near the amount of snow that they were originally calling for.
That's true, but these two teams have a little bit of history of snow between them.
Yes,
last year, the road conditions were not good at all coming home. Got to Eastbrook fine. It was dry going down, and then on the way home, it was not very good. It snowed several inches while we were inside the gym that night, making for treacherous travel on the way home. But the Northern Wells Community School System is prepared for e-learning tomorrow, so that's definitely in the realm of possibility. Of course, a newer type of way to avoid making days up at the end of the year is e-learning, and that could be implemented tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be too upset about that, would you?
Not at all.
Yeah, because, it doesn't matter when you do your e-learning, correct?
Correct.
That's the great thing about the Internet, and, of course, it's also the great factor in us being able to bring you these sports games on YouTube. Because of YouTube, we will be taking a commercial break when it's time for the national anthem due to their copyright rules. We can't broadcast a recorded version of the national anthem. And so without the pep band here tonight, public address announcer Jamie Feldheiser will be using a traditional version of the national anthem. And while that's playing, we'll let you hear from some of our sponsors. But we do want to let you know about Peyton's Northern, as they are now hiring. They're a Kroger company, and if you're 18, able to work 10-hour days and can pass pre-employment and background screenings, please apply online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution, then search for Bluffton. That's jobs.kroger.com. And we appreciate Peyton's Northern supporting Norwell Athletics on WellsCountyVoice.com. Now, I would imagine tonight, Derek, that Coach McBride is back to his more regular starting lineup with Will Geiger in there.
Correct. That was just a one-game non-start for violation of team rules, and that issue has been resolved. I know he did some extra work after practice the day after as well. So handled well by Coach McBride, pretty standard stuff. I did talk to McBride today, and he said there are two keys to the game this evening. His two are rather unique this evening. Instead of the generally, a lot of times you get turnovers or making free throws, take care of the ball, stuff like that. Tonight it was the ability to defend a three, which is going to be Childs and Mansbarger. How well can they defend the three-point line? And he wants to shoot it well from the field. Norwell has not shot it well from the field in the last couple games, and they've gotten some good looks. They've gotten open looks, and not only are they not finishing from outside, they've struggled a little bit inside as well the last couple of games with Geiger and Nicholson, both being in and out with foul trouble in that. So it is definitely a little bit of concern. The shooting percentage is not that bad for Norwell. I believe it's in the lower 40% range, which is not that bad. But, a lot of that's padded by the first couple of games, which they shot a tremendous percentage. They shot 60% at Concordia, a similar number at Adams Central. So that's kind of what affects the stats at this point.
Well, we will take a break at this point and hear from a few sponsors. We'll be back with Norwell boys basketball action after these words.
A new adventure awaits. above the clouds, beneath the waves, among the rocks, powered by the light around us. Each moment of time is precious. Go higher, deeper, further. Pursue your dreams. Powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Do you know a 7th grader looking for a fun place to spend time with friends? Are you looking for an environment where your teen is surrounded by positive role models? These days, your middle school student is probably very interactive, but is he or she active? 7th grade is a time when sports become more competitive and provide less opportunity for the average child to be involved in physical activity. The YMCA wants to emphasize the value of a healthy lifestyle by offering a free Y membership to every 7th grader in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. It's the wise way of giving back to this community. Students thrive in a safe environment where they can grow in spirit, mind, and body. Get to your local Y and sign your 7th grader up for a free Y membership. It's that simple. Offer good for every 7th grader residing in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties.
Welcome back to the Castle. It is now time for the starting lineups, brought to you by public address announcer Jamie Feldheiser.
Sophomore, number 32, Bryson Schomburg. The head coach for the Panthers of Eastbrook, Mr. Brian Childs. And now, Norwell fans, here's the starting lineup for your Norwell Knights. Starting at the guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 22, Connor Thorson. Starting at the other guard, a 5'8" junior, number 23, Levi Whiting. Starting at a forward, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Luke Zennis. Starting at the other forward, a 6'4" sophomore, number 15, Will Geiger. And starting at center, a 6'7" senior, number 40, Brandon Nicholson.
Once again, those starters for the visitors from Eastbrook, it's Capone Johnson, Ryan Mansbarger, Brandon Huber, Connor Childs, the coach's son, and Bryce Schomburg. For your Norwell Knights, it's Luke Zettis, Will Geiger, Connor Thorson, Levi Leidig, and Brandon Nicholson. Derek, the Knights not having to deal with a lot of size on the inside tonight. In fact, I would say the Knights are bigger, at least across the front line, than the Panthers are.
Yeah, and that plays right into Norwell's hands. So that's definitely advantage Norwell, as well as they like to pound it inside. That's how this Coach McBride team this year likes to do it. And away we go from the Castle.
The Knights control the tip. Nicholson to Zettis, and Thorson will bring it across the timeline. He's being guarded by Childs. Childs just a sophomore, as Leidig into the lane. Thought he was going to take it all the way there for a second, but he kicks it back out and resets the offense. Eastbrook in a man-to-man defense to start this one. Geiger working on the offside. There he gets the basketball. His first touch. Will, the central scoring figure for the Knights, as he'll drive, throw up an off-balance shot. Can't get it to go, but pulls down the rebound and travels.
I tell you what, Greg, that's a terrific defensive possession to start for Eastbrook. Norwell didn't get a single good look there, and then after they pulled down the rebound, Will travels with it, and Eastbrook gets a chance.
That was a good move, just a little bit off balance on the shot. Mansbarger with a bomb to start this one off.
Well, we told you he could shoot it from anywhere, and that's going to be pretty standard for Mansbarger tonight. And a 5-second violation coming in, as Coach McBride's going to quickly make a substitution just 61 seconds into the contest. Purdy is in and Leidig is out.
Boy, that is a quick substitution. Eastbrook with the ball on their baseline. Luke Zettis trying to stay with Mansbarger. He's given up several inches to the lefty.
Yeah, Mansbarger is sized like a forward, but he plays like a guard. And Luke and Purdy are both going to trade off face guarding him all night. That's Norwell's game plan, at least on defense.
That was Huber with the basketball. The cross court to Childs, and Childs buries the three. It's a 6-0 Eastbrook lead, and they're putting some pressure on in the backcourt as well, although it's not tight pressure as they quickly back off into their man-to-man. Zettis was open on the wing there, declined to shoot the three. Looking inside, he'll kick out to Nicholson for a three, and Brandon Nicholson with the three-pointer, the assist to Zettis, and the Knights are on the board.
Well, we've talked about it before. Brandon Nicholson might be the best shooter on the team, and he steps out and getting a little more confident from three-point range as he makes it 6-3.
Mansbarger on the miss there. That was Purdy pulling down the rebound. Torsen thought about it. Now Geiger on the right baseline will kick to Purdy. Purdy gets stripped by Johnson. He'll head the other way. No foul called. Well, they do call a foul late. That was kind of a delayed call, Derek.
It was, as it appeared to be after the miss, but definitely looked like a foul.
Foul called on Quentin Purdy. Be the first of the game. And Johnson hits his first free throw.
By the way, something we did not mention in the pregame is the JV team won by a significant margin, 61-37. Might be the best game we've seen them play all year so far. Riley with 14 and Fetterspiel with 18 to lead the Knights in the JV contest.
Yeah, they played it really well. Shot the ball well. Oh, and Purdy trapped. Probably got away with the traveling as Geiger gets to the rim and draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's going to go on Bryce Schomber, I believe.
Yeah, Coach Childs definitely wanted to travel, and I think Purdy probably got away with one there, and it results in Will Geiger going to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, he had already spent his dribble, and it turns out in Norwell's favor. As Geiger's first free throw off. Will's been really good from the free throw line as of late.
9 for 12 in the previous contest, but just 50% now on the season, actually under that now. He's 13 for 26 coming in.
Okay.
This is both.
Missed them both. That rebound was pulled down by Schomber as Eastbrook heads the other way. Well, Norwell's working hard on defense. Boy, a little bit of a surprise move there by Schomber as Geiger pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, I don't think that's the shot Eastbrook wants on offense. Schomber probably is not going to be taking a lot more shots this evening.
Well, he was wide open from about 12 feet. There's the high-low pass to Geiger. Geiger with his first basket as Nicholson picks up the assist.
Yeah, Will's difficult to stop once he touches the ball, and that time he got a clean look and went right in for the layup.
Quick move by Johnson. Can't get it to go, but draws the foul. And right now, Norwell's having a tough time staying in front of Capone Johnson.
Norwell is a step behind. Capone Johnson is the transfer guard from Marion that we alluded to in the pregame show. And although he's not a terrific scorer, he's a great facilitator and lightning quick. He can get by just about any of the Norwell defenders.
Well, not good on that first free throw. That'll bring Levi Leidig back into the game for Quentin Purdy, and Johnson misses them both. Rebound was pulled down by Nicholson. His first rebound of the game. And Torsen directing traffic out top. Again, he's being guarded by the coach's son, Childs. That's Zettis. And he's stuck in the corner, finding a cutting Will Geiger. Geiger missed the shot. The ball's on the floor. It'll be a jump ball. And Will might have got fouled on that play. Looked like his arm was pulled down a little bit. So a break for Eastbrook. 8-5 here with 4:12 left. Oh, great give and go as Johnson picks up the assist. Schomburg with his first basket. That makes it a 10-5 game.
That was a great play for Eastbrook.
Yeah, just a little slip there by Schomburg. As, boy, I'll tell you what, I thought number 10 was out of bounds there. And Luke Zettis. Good to see Luke hit his first look.
Yeah, I'm surprised too because I thought he touched that ball while he was out of bounds. So I thought that was definitely going to be an out-of-bounds play for the Knights. Instead, it results in a Zettis 3.
It's first turnover on the Panthers. Norwell can tie this up or go ahead at this point. That's Zettis again for 3. No good this time, but Geiger with the offensive rebound and basket.
That's a real nice board for Will Geiger. Very strong, and even though Eastbrook had outplayed Norwell for the first 5 minutes, the Knights are tied.
3:10 left in this first quarter. That's Huber with the basketball. And besides the first make, Mansberger has not scored again, and that's going to be an over and back turnover as the ball snuck into the backcourt. Norwell playing really strong defense right now.
Yeah, after a couple early breakdowns, they've really tightened it up.
Torson will bring it across the timeline with under 3 minutes to go. That's Geiger way out on the left wing. He'll drive, and a foul will be called on the floor. That's going to go on Mansberger, and it'll be his first.
Will Geiger, this week in practice, was shooting the 3-ball. He said he had a great week as far as shooting the basketball and was very consistent from outside the paint. He's looking to extend his range a little bit, at least from about the 15-foot area. And if he can knock that shot down, he'll be in good shape and his game will improve.
I was glad to see him make a move from the left side of the lane there.
Yeah.
And there's another move, and he loses
stripped.
the basketball. That was good defense.
It was.
Johnson quickly the other way and able to find Childs with the floater. No good, but tapped in by Schomburg.
Somebody didn't box out Schomburg. Nobody else was underneath the basket, and it wasn't just a missed block out. Nobody was even under there for the Knights, and a rebound putback basket for the Panthers.
2:14 left here in the first.
That's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we had to be getting close right there, and it results in another turnover.
That's the third turnover on the Knights.
Well, I've been real impressed with Eastbrook's defense so far. They've been very active, and they've brought more energy so far into the castle than the Knights tonight.
Each team now with 3 turnovers. Johnson, you don't want to leave Childs wide open. As he hits his second 3, and it's a 5-point lead again now for Eastbrook. There, the Knights get it into the front court.
Nice play.
Yeah, that was. Nicholson with the assist and Geiger with his 6th point.
Well, you were right, Greg. The scoring pace definitely favors a higher scoring affair tonight.
There's another 3 for Childs in the corner. And Connor Childs from beyond the arc now is 3 for 3.
Now, Coach McBride said that they needed to defend the 3 well in the 2 keys to the game, and so far the Knights not doing a good job of that. Almost 10 seconds again.
Nicholson gets free, misses the basket, and a foul's going to be called on Huber. That'll be his first, team third.
Well, Norwell, even though they're being close to 10 seconds, I think they're being patient, and they're finding an open man in transition, and they're doing a good job of breaking that pressure eventually. It takes a while to develop, but Norwell's done a good job of that. Brandon came into the game shooting 67% from the line, and he misses his first. He's been a little bit shaky from the line the last couple of games after a really hot start.
Yeah, he was great in those first 2 wins for the Knights and misses them both. Rebound pulled down by Huber. And Geiger in the right place at the right time with the steal. That's a 4th turnover on the Panthers.
Knights now, by the way, 0 for 4 from the line. They only shot at 59% as a team coming in.
That's Levi Leidig, his first touch in quite a while. Knocked out of bounds off of Capone Johnson. It'll remain Norwell's basketball with 58.8 seconds left in this first quarter.
Capone's been pretty active on defense as well for the Panthers. He's kind of all over the floor.
He's so quick. As that inbounds pass is broken up by Schomburg. Knights will reset. Nicholson looking for help in the corner. There's Geiger on the post. The spin move, up and in. The Knights drawing within 4. Johnson being guarded by Leidig. Well, and I'll tell you what, Luke Zetas has done a great job on Mansbarger to this point as Johnson gets free for the floater.
Well, if you're Norwell, they're going to leave that shot open for Johnson all night because he is not a good shooter. Until he can prove consistently that he can make it, the Knights are going to leave that shot open for him.
Knights fortunate to get that ball back as Zetas open for 3 with a miss. Huber pulls down the rebound. And with 11 seconds left, Eastbrook will take at least attempt to take the last shot of the quarter. Johnson free again, draws contact, no foul called. Geiger pulls down the rebound. He'll launch from beyond half court. That's over the backboard. And that will end the first quarter. Your Knights trailing Eastbrook here at the Castle 20-14. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm Agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
Welcome back to the Castle. We are through one quarter of play, and Eastbrook has come out on fire both offensively and defensively, and they lead at 20-14. A ton of energy coming from the Panthers in that first quarter.
No doubt about it. The Knights will have the basketball to start this second quarter. Knights 6 of 11 from the field in that first quarter, and Eastbrook 7 of 11. Hit 4 of their 5 3-point attempts, and Geiger will be fouled.
Well, to be fair, Eastbrook got a lot of really good looks from the field. I mean, their threes were wide open. Norwell's got to figure something out defensively. Zetas, I think, has been the only one to do a real nice job on defense. He's now locked down Mansbarger, but Childs has stepped up.
Yeah, he has. Mansberger's only shot the ball twice.
Right.
1 for 2. As Schomburg picks up his second foul. I got a feeling that this Eastbrook team is not real deep, as Alex Baker will check in, the first substitute of the night for Eastbrook.
Well, the Knights have now left 5 points at the line. 0 for 5 from the stripe tonight.
Make it 1 for 6. And Norwell pulls to within 5. That's Johnson up top, and boy, they've really had trouble guarding him as he gets right to the rim with a left-handed layup. That was a nice move by Johnson. Again, full court pressure from Eastbrook. Zetas into the front court, loses the basketball, but they're going to call a foul on the Panthers. It's going to go on Brandon Huber. That's his second foul, so some foul trouble now for Eastbrook. Huber will take a seat, and he's replaced by Dylan Bragg. Bragg is just a sophomore as well, listed at 6 foot. He's guarding Luke Zetas at the moment. Eastbrook started out in a man-to-man. They've stuck with that.
Yeah, both teams typically play man on defense.
Good-looking shot there from Luke Zetas. He hits his second 3 as Levi Leidig picks up the assist. And that's going to be a charging foul the other way.
That's a good call, as he Johnson just extended that arm, and Leidig was in pretty good guarding position.
Johnson picks up his first. That's the 6th on the Panthers. The Knights with just 2 team fouls called here in this first half so far. You got to believe that number will even up.
Well, Eastbrook has been more active on defense, and they've been much more aggressive, so I'm not really surprised to see that foul discrepancy.
Leidig was open. He'll step inside the arc and miss it, and the rebound is tied up. Curious move there by Leidig as Eastbrook will control the ball on the possession arrow. He was wide open standing at the arc. In that case, you got to back up, make sure you're behind it, and knock it down. Johnson leaves it for Mansbarger for 3, no good, and Torsen pulls down the long rebound. Ryan Mansberger just 1 of 3 so far. He struggled to get a good-looking shot as Johnson comes out of there with the steal. He'll try the Euro move and travel. As Kyle Hinchin is going to enter for the Knights. He'll replace Brandon Nicholson. Also Quentin Purdy back in there. Levi Leidig will take a seat. Purdy's got 2 fouls, so he's going to have to be careful not to pick up his 3rd. Norwell trailing by 4, 6:16 left here in the half.
I don't know what you think, Greg, but I think this has been pretty entertaining so far.
It has. Both teams shooting pretty well. Zetas with the miss, but Kyle Hinchin right there with the putback. Hinchin with his first points. Pulls the Knights to within 2. As Johnson leaves it for Mansbarger on his way to the rim. Is going to be fouled. They're going to call that foul on the floor. That's on Purdy. It's his 3rd. It is.
It's the only one to foul in this first half for Norwell.
Yeah. He's got all 3 of the team fouls. Leidig will check back in. Went down the wrong pipe, Derek.
Apparently.
Wow, what a play by Will Geiger to steal that inbounds pass. He actually just stuck his hand up, and it hit the back of his hand, but he was able to control it. Very athletic play by Will.
Kyle Hinchin into the game, and we'll see. He provides some quality minutes for the Knights.
That's Levi Leidig with the 3 ball. Norwell takes its first lead of the game, 23-22.
Boy,
5.5 minutes.
It just feels like Eastbrook should have a much bigger lead, and they've played, I think, at least much better. But Norwell being at home, it's difficult to win on the road, and the Knights are pretty good at the Castle. They have found a way to take the lead here in the second quarter.
That was Childs missing on the other end, and Connor Torsen gets all the way to the rim and gives Norwell a 3-point lead. Coach Childs is going to take a 30-second timeout for the Panthers, and as he does, I don't have any reads. Derek? That's all right.
Let me pull those out of there for you.
Well, Norwell, after trailing by 6 at the end of the first quarter, they've gone on a 11-2 run here to start the second quarter, 5:04 left, and they're just hitting shots. 4 of 6 here in this second quarter, including a couple of threes, one by Luke Zetas and one by Levi Leidig. And, boy, opening up from the outside, Derek, you talked about it, makes all the difference in the world for this Norwell offense.
It sure does, and the Knights have been a little bit better. They still got kind of similar looks to what they got last Tuesday. They've had a week off to work on shooting it from outside, but they've looked better and more efficient so far tonight, and that's a big reason why they have the lead right now.
As Johnson with the pull-up jumper, no good. Connor Torsen pulls down his second rebound. That's Leidig in the corner, trying to loop it into Geiger, gets it in there, and Geiger scores. Assist to Levi Leidig, his second. Norwell now with a 5-point lead.
That's a missed shot as Johnson got blocked.
Geiger pulled down the rebound. That's Nicholson inside. He's back in the game and knocks down a shot. Norwell now up by 7. What a run here by the Knights.
It is, and it's interesting because Eastbrook has dictated the pace so far. That is a foul on the floor. That's going to be on Zetas. Norwell has played the faster pace, and they've been very efficient, especially as of late on the offensive end. So maybe this is a precursor to how this team might try to push the pace a little bit going forward down the road in the season.
Entering for Eastbrook is number 12, Garrett Holder. Holder is a junior, listed at 5'11", his first time in the game this evening. Johnson looking for help, finally gets it into Mansbarger. Mansbarger moving on Zetas. The jumper from the elbow is good. That's just the second basket of the game for Mansbarger, his 5th point.
That's tough to defend.
Yeah, that pull-up jumper's quite a weapon.
Yeah.
Leidig trying to get it into Geiger. Will release to Nicholson. Now Nicholson looks inside. Leidig in the corner on the drive, goes underneath, and a foul's going to be called. He was slapped on the wrist by, I believe, Alex Baker. Yep, that's who it'll go against. That's Baker's first, team's 7th, so the Knights will be in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half. Leidig, though, will be shooting 2 as he was in the act of shooting. And able to knock down the first one. Boy, what a turnaround here for the Norwell squad. After scoring just 14 points in the first quarter, they've put 16 up in the first 4.5 minutes of this second quarter. Leidig good on both free throws. And that's 5 points now for Levi. Johnson with the left hand. Norwell's also stayed in the man-to-man this entire game as Mansberger launches a 3, no good, and Nicholson pulls down the rebound. Mansberger now 2 of 5 from the field, but he'll put up a lot more shots before this one is over. Nicholson pulls his way to the basket, met virtually no resistance on his way, and it's a 9-point Norwell lead.
Well, and that's really a nice move by Brandon, and here's why. He shot that 3 early, and it made Eastbrook respect the 3 a little bit, and he was able to drive.
Brandon Nicholson lays in another basket in this second quarter, and Coach Giles is going to take another timeout with the Knights up by 11. Coach wants a full timeout. We will take it along with him and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctors, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy, and IPT accepts all insurance coverage. With extended hours, we are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offer same-day appointments. We have 17 conveniently located clinics with 7 in Fort Wayne and 1 each in Angola, Auburn, Bluffton, Columbia City, Goshen, Huntington, Kendallville, New Haven, and Warsaw. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. We will get you back to work, play, and life. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Now, welcome back to the Castle. We've got 2:53 left in the second quarter. Norwell leading 35-24. Their offense has come alive in the second quarter, and that's an understatement as they have exploded. This might be their best quarter of the year offensively.
Yeah, they've already put up 21 points in the quarter. That's to the 4 that they've allowed, and it's been the Johnson show here for Eastbrook. He's not been very successful, just 1 of 4 from the field. That's Mansberger getting to the rim, scores, and I think they're going to count that one, Derek.
I think you're right. Mansberger just kind of creating his own offense, and that's kind of what he can do. And that's how Eastbrook stays in basketball games. They put it in the hands of Mansberger, and they let him just make a play.
Did not catch who picked up that foul.
The foul was on it's Drew Fetterspiel, who has checked into the game.
Okay, that's why I didn't recognize the named Drew Federspiel wearing number 43 for the Knights as the free throw was missed by Mansbarger. I think that was Leidig, actually, that came out of there with the rebound.
I think tonight's performance on the JV floor, he had, I believe, 15 or 16 points in the first half of the JV game and sat most of the second half because I think maybe Coach McBride found out he wanted to use him a little bit in tonight's contest as Nicholson travels on the block and Federspiel will go back to the bench.
Luke Zettis back in there.
Yep.
Luke has done a great job defending Ryan Mansbarger. Mansbarger is now handling the ball up top. That's a good move, I believe, by Coach Childs.
Yeah.
Boy, they running through 3 picks there. And Mansbarger with the left hand pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound knocked out of there and controlled by Childs. Now they're going to tag Norwell with a foul here.
Little nickel dimer on the guard.
Will Geiger picks up his first, team 6, so the next one will put Eastbrook into the bonus, and Eastbrook with just 17 fouls, so they're just about evened up at this point. Minute 49 left here in this first half. As the Panthers set up their offense, Johnson looking for help, finds Huber. Huber has not taken a shot yet this evening. As Johnson with a little give and go.
Oh,
nice
look at that
kick
pass.
out to Childs. Childs in and out, but there for the rebound was Huber. Whistle on the other end. That's going to be a traveling call on Connor Torson. That's the 3rd turnover of the quarter for the Knights. 6th of the game. Norwell up by 9. Check my math there. That's Huber driving on Geiger, and he turned it over. So it's going to be the 3rd turnover of the quarter for Eastbrook as well.
You don't see that called too often.
Mm-hmm. No, and I didn't think it was really that egregious.
No.
2-2-1 trap here by Eastbrook. Now they get it into the front court. Leidig tries to leave it for Nicholson. It was broken up by Johnson, and Leidig missed the shot. Rebound was pulled down by Schomburg.
Oh, that foul hurts for Zettis. And he was really going for the ball. It wasn't anything. It wasn't a silly foul or anything like that. He just kind of bumped into him as he was going for the ball, and it cost him his 2nd foul.
17th foul on the Knights puts Capone Johnson at the line. He'll be shooting 1 plus the bonus as Federspiel checks back in for Zettis with those 2 fouls. Little offensive defensive switching here.
I think if you're Norwell, with Zettis being out of the game now, not defending Mansbarger, the Knights may try to hold for the last shot of the half now with just 47 seconds left.
Yeah,
you don't want to give Mansbarger another chance here before the half.
That's a good call. Capone Johnson off on that free throw as Geiger pulls down another rebound.
Johnson has really not looked smooth from the line. 1 for 4 now.
Actually, he's 3 for 6. He had his first
Forgot
2.
the first 2.
Yep, got those first 2 and just hit 1 since then. Federspiel with the basketball gives it up quickly back to Torson. The Knights definitely holding it here for 1 shot. 24 seconds left. Geiger comes out to help, and now Torson will reset. That's Leidig in the corner being guarded by Childs. Childs just a sophomore. 9 seconds. And now the Knights will look to score. Geiger being double teamed. He'll drive and score easily. Boy, that was just really poor defense by Eastbrook. The Knights will go into the locker room with a double-digit lead. It is 37-27 here at the Castle. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Get the $6.99 any deal at your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe free should mean free, not kind of free. completely free. That's exactly what our free and easy checking account is. Free of fees, free of hassles, free of catches. You also get a free Visa check card, free online banking, free mobile banking, free telephone banking, free text and email alerts, and free e-statements. You get all this when you sign up for free and easy checking from First Bank of Bern. It's that simple. First Bank of Bern. Member FDIC.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And they bring the ball down across the timeline. Wingman is open. He dribbles around, finds an open man in the corner, jumps, shoots, scores. Hi, Tim Steffen Financial Group. Wish your retirement was as easy as jump, shoot, score? Come to see us at our office at 110 West Cherry Street or call us please at 824-8175. Let us work for you to reach your financial goals. Jump, shoot, score. Let us help you with that. Steffen Financial Group, 824-8175, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Securities offered through Thurston Springer Financial, member FINRA and SIPC. Some insurance products also offered through Thurston Springer. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Steffen Financial Group is independent of Thurston Springer.
Now, welcome back to the Castle. Norwell leads at 37-27 here at halftime in their highest scoring first half. Might be in Coach Mike McBride's tenure here at Norwell. I can't recall a time when they put up 37, and a ton of those were in the second quarter, Greg.
Yeah, they were. And the Knights with 23 points in that second quarter. That's, I don't recall over the last two seasons a bigger number than that. Knights very effective. Eastbrook with a very soft interior defense, and the Knights have really taken advantage of it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, not only have the Knights shot it better from outside, they've made some threes. Haven't taken a lot of them, but they've knocked down a number of those that they have taken. And the other thing I thought they did a great job was transition offense. They got a couple of really easy looks. Now, it took a while for them to get the ball out of the backcourt, and it did cost them one 10-second violation early in the game. But once they were able to get past that, they found the gaps in the press defense, and it got a couple really easy looks at the rim.
Yeah, you talked about the importance for the Knights to shoot it well, and they have shot it fantastic tonight, 65% in the first half. But before we get into those Knights numbers, let's talk a little bit about the Eastbrook Panthers. As a team, they were 10 of 23 from the floor in that first half, and that was after being 7 of 11 in the first quarter. So they went 3 of 12 in that second quarter, and that's really the tail of the tape of this one so far, and that leads to Norwell's 10-point lead. From beyond the arc, Eastbrook was 4 of 9, which is actually a good percentage, and just 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 43% from the free throw line. They committed 6 turnovers and got only 6 rebounds, did the Panthers in the first half. 3 of them were offensive, so just 4 defensive rebounds for the Eastbrook Panthers. A lot of that, though, had to do with how well the Knights shot it. From a scoring standpoint, individually, Connor Childs leading the way for Eastbrook. He's got 9, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and 0 for 1 inside of it. With 7 points apiece, first Capone Johnson, He had a couple of field goals and 3 free throws. Then Ryan Mansbarger hit a 3 and a couple of field goals for his 7. Also chipping in with 4 was Bryce Schomber. He was 2 of 3 from the field, all of that in the first quarter. For your Norwell Knights, they were 15 of 23 from the field in the first half. That's 65%, as we mentioned. From beyond the arc, they were 4 of 7. That's 57% for the Knights from beyond the arc, an excellent percentage. The only downfall in that first half, or negative note, just 3 of 8 from the free throw line in that first half. That's 38%. The Knights committed 6 turnovers, but they collected 14 rebounds in that first half. That was a huge part of this 10-point lead in the first half. Leading the way for the Knights from a scoring perspective, Will Geiger in double figures with 13 in the first half. He was 6 of 9 in that first half. Took a 3-pointer, so he was 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. Just 1 of 4 from the free throw line, but a very good first half for Will. With 9 points, Brandon Nicholson, who did hit a 3 in the first half. He also was a total of 4 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from the line, but very effective from the field. Luke Zetas chipped in with 6 points, a pair of threes, one in each of the first 2 quarters. And then Connor Torson and Kyle Henshin, they chipped in 2 apiece. Levi Leidig had 5 on 1 of 3 shooting for a total of 37. Derek, for your Knights.
Here's what I thought was interesting in that first half. In the first quarter, Eastbrook brought out some energy. They were playing with some fire and played really well, knocked down a bunch of shots. In the second quarter, it was completely different. Norwell leads it by 10, and it's all because of the second quarter. Now, the difference being, the reason Eastbrook's down 10, because they were similar numbers first quarters, Norwell was able to keep it close while Eastbrook was trying to extend their lead. Every time Eastbrook would get it above 5 or 6, Norwell would get a bucket in transition, usually off of the press breaker, and they'd get a score, and they'd make it 4 points again. And that's why they've got a 10-point lead right now. And going forward in the second half, Norwell has basically taken Mansbarger out of the game. He's only got 7 points in the contest and only a couple more shots than that. So I think they've done a real nice job in that perspective. Connor Childs has shot it well from outside, and I think that's a concern going forward. But Norwell, I think, definitely has the advantage here going into the second half because the post defense for Eastbrook is really struggling right now. Norwell, not only on the dribble drive, but just simple post passes at the high-low is working really well. Norwell's getting whatever they want on the inside.
Yeah, you mentioned breaking the press. That has certainly been a big factor in that 65% shooting mark in the first half. I think an adjustment that we may see from Coach Childs is a man-to-man full-court type pressure where they're not worried so much about the trap.
Yeah.
I understand why he's doing it. Norwell's got inexperienced guards, and he wants to make them work to bring the ball up the floor. But I think a more effective approach from his standpoint might be a man-to-man approach.
That's true, and we have seen time and time again, Coach McBride's teams have been very, very good at breaking the press, both last year and this year. Their press breaker is very effective. They don't turn it over a lot. That, like I said, they just had the 1 10-second violation, and that was before they kind of figured it out. So it took one mistake to kind of figure out how they were going to break that press in the trap. And I think you're probably right. If they bring pressure, and in my opinion, I don't think he will bring pressure in the second half.
Not.
But if they do, it'll most likely be in a man set unless we start going down the stretch, and Eastbrook needs to force a couple of turnovers with Norwell in the lead.
Yeah, Norwell starters will be back on the floor as they're seated right now. I'm guessing that Eastbrook's will as well. For Coach McBride, it's got to be more of the same. Continue to work inside out, get easy baskets. Geiger has really been dominant in the paint in the second quarter. Took just 2 shots from the field and scored 5 points. So, it does look like the original starters out there for Eastbrook. That's Johnson, Mansbarger, Huber, Childs, and Schomber. For the Knights, it's Zetas, Geiger, Torson, Leidig, and Nicholson. And it looks like Eastbrook is going to employ a zone defense to start this second half.
Well, they're going to try to take away the inside, and Norwell goes over the top. Couldn't get it that time. They're going to try to pack it in and force Norwell to shoot it from the outside. However, which I think, again, is a pretty good game plan based on their history, but Norwell shot it well from outside in the first half, so this will be interesting. Norwell's probably going to be forced to shoot a couple more threes than they did in that first half.
Well, it looked to be a 1-2-2 zone, which is kind of an interesting look. Great pass underneath to Huber. Huber can't get it to go. It'll be out of bounds and remain Eastbrook's basketball.
Couldn't get it over Nicholson that time. The Knights are still in a man, and Coach McBride does not like something as he's going to take a timeout here just 31 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, they got a pretty good high-low look there in their first possession, and Coach McBride is going to make an adjustment. I think on that zone, it's really just a morphing 3-2 that they're playing. It'll be interesting to see how the Knights attack it. I thought the idea with the backdoor cut by Geiger was certainly a good one. The over-the-top pass was just a little bit off that created the turnover, but a good approach.
Yeah, and that was a very quick timeout. Coach McBride had his guys out of there in about 10 seconds. He said what he needed to say, and Mike is not a guy that takes a lot of timeouts. He just doesn't use them, and it comes in handy sometimes in a close game at the end. He can use them whenever he wants, but a lot of times with a slower pace, unlike tonight, you don't have a lot of runs. You don't have to stop the bleeding or anything in that respect.
A very fortunate play for Eastbrook as Schomburg got the wild pass from Johnson as he fell out of bounds. Connor Torson's going to pick up his first, and it'll send Schomburg to the line to shoot two. That's a big break for Eastbrook there, Derek.
It sure is, and it creates an opportunity to cut this lead to single digits.
Wow. That was an uncomfortable-looking free throw from Bryce Schomburg. I don't know that it was ever actually above the rim.
It wasn't, and I was concerned that it was actually going to go below the rim. That was about as line drive a shot you're going to see. That was a little better.
Well, and he made it. So got his knees into that one a little bit. And here's some pressure again from Eastbrook. They're going to keep that trap on, but it's a 2-1-2 now. Leidig into the corner to Nicholson. Trying to get it into the post, but it just wasn't there. It was Leidig on the floater. Creates a first field goal for the Knights here in the second half.
That's a really good shot for Levi Leidig if he can continue to develop that as the Knights create the turnover. Leidig can expand his game big time. Oh, Nicholson just went right around the defender.
Good move by Brandon Nicholson. Norwell's lead now up to 13.
The big man with the handles, he hasn't always been 6'7". We've said that for quite some time. Grew several inches in the last year, and he's still got handles of a little bit of a guard action.
The Knights create another turnover. Geiger trying to take it coast to coast. No foul called. And Johnson pulled down the rebound.
I think he got caught up with Nicholson.
It looked like it. Johnson on the miss. Gets his own rebound.
The pace is as furious or even more so here in the second half as it was in the first.
That was Childs way off on the three attempt. Geiger pulled down the rebound, and the Knights head the other way with just over 6 minutes left in this third quarter. Nicholson hit a three in the first half. Didn't really look at the rim at that particular juncture. He's being guarded by Schomburg way out top. Eastbrook back into their man-to-man. The pass inside to Geiger. Wide open. And Will with his 15th point of the game.
Again, Norwell just went right over the top, and he finished with the reverse layup to put Norwell up 15.
Levi Leidig piling up the assists in this one. I've got him for 3. And a foul's going to be called on the Knights. It'll go on Luke Zettis. That's his third. He has been responsible for shutting down Ryan Mansberger, who will go to the line here. That free throw looked good and was good. Checking in for the Knights will be Quentin Purdy. He'll replace Zettis. Now, Quentin has 3 fouls as well, so he's going to have to be careful not to pick up his 4th. As Mansberger good on both of his free throws. Panthers reach the 30-point mark. I am probably as surprised as you, Derek, that they're leaving this pressure on in the backcourt.
Well, when you're a team that proves that you can break it with relative ease, why do you keep doing it?
Yeah. Still a zone trap as Geiger gets the long pass, works on Mansberger, and lays it up and in.
I mean, if you're Eastbrook, you just can't leave that shot open, and the Knights are getting it every single time.
Geiger breaks up that pass and comes up with the turnover, the third already on Eastbrook here in the third quarter.
Will's length created that disruption, and it results in a steal.
Lenny really hustled back on defense. Nicholson gets free and misses the shot. Geiger pulls down the rebound. Was that Leidig on the shot?
It was, and then we've got a foul. It's going to go, I think, on Eastbrook here, so Norwell will keep the basketball.
It'll go on Bryce Schomburg. That's his third. And we've got a substitute for Eastbrook. Garrett Holder will re-enter. Nicholson gets it to Torson. Now Torson, he's kind of running the wing. That's Geiger for three. No good. But Leidig pulls down the rebound. Boy, good rebound there by Levi Leidig. Really got off his feet.
Well, Norwell, by my count, is going to get their fourth chance this trip down the floor.
Yep. That is exactly right. Torson gets it to Leidig. Leidig being guarded closely by Johnson. Almost a steal there by Mansberger. And the Knights will reset with 4:17 left here in the third. Purdy, who doesn't get a whole lot of touches. Oh, nice high-low play, but the pass just a little out of Brandon Nicholson's reach. That'll be the Knights' second turnover of the third quarter. The Knights have played man-to-man defense all night tonight. We got Geiger guarding Holder as Mansberger being guarded by Purdy. Purdy's already got 3 fouls. Nice move by Mansberger to get to the rim. His fourth point of the second half. I've got him for 11 overall.
Played through some contact that time as well.
Leidig gives it up, and that'll be the third turnover on the Knights. Johnson on the run, into the lane, misses the shot, but there for the rebound, Bryce Schomburg. Boy, good body control there by Bryce Schomburg to tip that back in with one hand. Purdy will leave it for Torson. Torson being guarded by Childs. Childs has only put up one shot here in the second half. Missed a three. Leidig will be fouled by Capone Johnson. That'll be his second. Team second. And Zettis and Kyle Henson are going to check in for the Knights. Leidig and Nicholson will take a seat. Nicholson's been a big factor for the Knights inside. Might change their offensive look just a little bit. Zettis keying it in. Luke's got 3 fouls, so he's being guarded tightly by Connor Childs. Zettis on the curl into the lane. Can't get it to go, but he's going to draw the foul. And if that's on Bryce Schomburg, it's his fourth. We'll check it. And it is. Well, that's a big loss for Coach Childs. As Schomburg's going to take a seat, Justin Singer set to check in for him.
This is going to free up Zettis a little bit as he knocks down the free throw. 3 for 4 on the season coming in, so not a lot of attempts, but 75%.
Singer is a junior, listed at 5'10". That's a big height difference from the 6'4" Bryce Schomburg. We may not see him again for a while. As Zettis good on both free throws. Luke now with 8 points.
It's been a quiet 8, but he's played a big factor in tonight's game.
Johnson driving into the lane. They're going to call a foul. It'll go on Connor Torson. That's his second. Team's third here in the second half. Both teams with 3 now. Johnson inbounds it, and you can tell this Eastbrook squad just not real deep. They're they're going to struggle without Bryce Schomburg out there. Childs steps back for three and hits his fourth three of the game. That's 12 points now for Connor Childs. It's a set shot. You can't get it off real quick, but nice reverse layup by Zetas was missed. Geiger comes down with a rebound and is fouled. Well, it was a good move by Luke Zetas. That foul's going to go on Justin Singer, his first.
It was a terrific move, but he couldn't get the shot to go. And in any case, the Knights are winning the battle of the boards again, especially on the offensive end in this second half. And they're going to get another chance here as Geiger will step to this try.
Well, they out-rebounded Eastbrook in the first half, 14-6. So the same beat is just kind of rolling on here for the Knights in the second half as well. Geiger from the free throw line, a little extra pause to his shot, can't get it to go. Will now 1 for 5 on the night. He'll try to get back on track with this one. And he does. That one was nothing but net. In fact, the net hardly moved on that particular free throw. The Knights now back up by 11. Capone Johnson up top. Johnson has really forced some offense tonight as Childs gives it up. And Eastbrook will reset. Luke Zetas face guarding Ryan Mansbarger. That's Connor Childs. And Childs knocks down his fifth three. Eastbrook now back to within 8. Just under 2 minutes left here in the third. Thorson being guarded by Johnson in the backcourt.
Well, Norwell led by as many as 15 in this quarter. Zetas just kind of forced that one, and Eastbrook's going to get a chance to cut the lead they've already cut in half a little bit more.
That was Holder with the rebound. Childs with the floater, no good. And Geiger pulls down another rebound.
Not a good look for the Panthers.
No, Childs has been good from beyond the arc, not so good inside it. 0 for 2 this evening. Geiger on the left side will drive and be fouled. I think that's going to go on Mansbarger. It does. That'll be Ryan's second foul. 5th on the team, and Geiger will go back to the line. 1:20 left in this third quarter. As Will's first one, good. Looked good on that free throw, Derek.
He did.
Leidig and Nicholson will check back into the Norwell lineup. Henson and Purdy take a seat. Will now with 19 on the evening. 6 here in the second half. Make it 7. So 20 points now in the books for Will Geiger this evening.
Seems to be a little streaky at the line. Once he finds his groove, he's not going to miss a whole lot, but he can take a while to find it.
Yeah, he's hit his last 3. Mansberger's miss was rebounded by Singer. And Eastbrook will reset as we tick under a minute left here in the third. Johnson, a little stop and go. Leaves it. And the 3 ball is dropped by Garrett Holder. The assist to Capone Johnson.
That was a really well-designed play. Drove baseline, an athletic play, and then kicked to a wide-open Holder who hasn't even been in the game that much tonight here for the Panthers.
No, he's only played in a couple of quarters, and boy, was he wide open. 31 seconds left in this third quarter, and the Knights, I think, are going to hold it here for a last shot. I can't believe Eastbrook's back to within 7 points. Couple of threes.
Yeah, that's what it'll do. But Norwell has absolutely outplayed Eastbrook, but, you know, they're going to be right there going into the fourth quarter. Norwell's going to have to score.
Eastbrook won the first quarter 20-14, and so these teams kind of alternating quarters at this point. 5 seconds. That's Zetas in the corner. He'll kick to Leidig. Leidig is swatted.
Oh, they called an offensive foul on Zetas.
That's his 4th.
Yep. He just kind of got out of control, got in the air, left his feet to make that pass, and it's an offensive foul with a second and a half left in the third.
Yeah, Eastbrook will be able to get a shot off. It'll be a long one.
That's bad news, though, for Norwell right at the end of the quarter because Mansbarger is probably going to be open a couple more times. I think Luke probably Norwell's best defender. So this will get interesting here in the fourth quarter.
As Johnson heaves it. Oh, hey, that was pretty close, Derek.
He was pretty close in the first quarter, too.
That'll end 3 quarters of play. The Knights lead by 7 here at the Castle. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 youth per team, or 2 youth may make a team starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every frame. With 22 lanes, there is plenty of excitement to go around. So stop by to practice or come relax with friends. And don't forget about Friday Fun. From 12 noon to 6 p.m., only $1 per game and 50-cent shoe rental in a smoke-free environment. The Bowling Center is located at 1231 South Main Street in Bluffton. Visit bowlbluffton.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. We're ready to start the fourth quarter. Norwell 50, Eastbrook 43. The Knights saw their lead go from 10 to 7 in that third quarter, but they had it up to as big as 15, and now it's down to 7. So Eastbrook has done a nice job there at the end of the third quarter cutting that lead, and all of a sudden they're right back in it. Norwell has outplayed Eastbrook for the last couple of quarters, but the Panthers are right there, and now with Zettis on the bench with 4 fouls, Mansbarger's probably going to free up a little bit more here in the fourth quarter, and they're going to start with the basketball trailing by 7.
Norwell putting up just 13 points in that quarter after the big second quarter. And it's been the 3 ball from Eastbrook. They hit 3 more of them in that third quarter, 2 from Childs, 1 from Holder. They'll have the ball to start this fourth. Eastbrook 1-2 coming into this one. Norwell was 2-2, and that shot almost missed everything from Capone Johnson. And a jump ball is going to be called. Good hustle by Capone Johnson to tie up Brandon Nicholson.
And Coach McBride instructing Nicholson to get it up above everybody because nobody else can reach it. He's the biggest guy on the floor by a lot.
Yeah, he is, by a good margin. Oh, good inbounds play run there by the Knights. And Connor Torson will get into the front court and travel. That's the Knights' first turnover of the fourth quarter.
Hey, I tell you what,
overall.
The Panthers extended their defense a little bit that time, but it wasn't man. They didn't try to really press. It was just trying to force Norwell to speed it up a little bit.
Johnson with a little stop-and-go move, misses the floater, and Geiger pulls down another rebound. Boy, he is really piling up the rebounds. So Capone Johnson is going to pick up his 3rd foul. He doesn't like it. As the Norwell faithful chiding him a little bit. That's the 6th team foul, so the next one will put the Knights in the bonus. Norwell with 4 team fouls. Torson being guarded by Johnson. The only player with 4 fouls other than Luke Zettis is Bryce Schomburg for the Panthers. There's a 3 ball from Torson, and Johnson pulled down the rebound. I think a foul might be called.
I call a travel.
Wow.
Capone in the corner.
That's a break for the Knights. Let's see. Dylan Bragg re-entered for the Panthers. He didn't play in the second quarter. Garrett Holder's out there yet, as Schomburg still on the bench with 3 fouls. I'll tell you who hasn't been out there is Huber.
Right.
For the Panthers. He's got just 2 fouls, but that's going to be a foul on Capone Johnson, and that's just a silly one, Derek.
And he's really getting frustrated. And really, that's just not thinking, and it hurts your team big time.
4 fouls now on Capone Johnson, and I don't think they've got anybody else to handle the basketball.
No, and right now Johnson's just frustrated, so he's got to figure that out a little bit here for the Panthers. Torson goes to the line with a chance at his first points on the night.
Well, actually, he hit a floater in the second quarter, but he misses this free throw. Geiger comes out of there with it and scores. I've got Geiger now over 20 points in this, and I believe 22. The Knights lead back up to 9. I can't imagine Childs is going to take Johnson out of the game. That's a 3-ball again from Garrett Holder. He hit one in the third quarter. And just like that, Norwell's lead down to 6.
Yeah, Holder was kind of left out of the scouting report for Norwell. He was not a guy that was shown as a threat.
He's a junior as Geiger cuts through the Eastbrook defense. Johnson tried to leave it for Justin Singer.
Almost got a little too cute.
And Mansberger is going to be fouled. Norwell fans wanted a traveling call.
This will be a shooting foul, so Mansberger will go to the line for a couple.
It'll go on Geiger, his second, team's 5th. Mansberger has struggled tonight. Luke Zettis had been doing a great job on him, and Quentin Purdy, when Zettis has been in a little foul trouble, has done a good job of stepping up.
That's very true. And even though, going back to that last play, the Norwell fans wanted to travel, I think this crew's done a very good job tonight.
I would agree with you. As the offensive rebound pulled out of there by number 22, and Mansberger hits the short jumper. That was Justin Singer with the offensive rebound.
That's a huge turnaround. They get the offensive board off a loose ball. He hits the 15-footer, and they're down 5.
Well, Will Geiger's just shooting layups, and Eastbrook continues to let him do it. It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Eastbrook Panthers.
It's actually taken by Coach McBride.
That was Coach McBride. Thank you, sir. I thought Eastbrook called that timeout. So both teams now with 3 timeouts left, Derek. And I've got Geiger with 26 points and all layups.
Yeah, that's what the scoreboard has him for as well. So you can pretty much notch that one in as a win for Van Meter in the book on keeping statistics. And they're never.
Yeah, that is a win.
You know, they're never official, but when a kid has 26.
You want to try to get that right.
That's true.
13 in both halves.
We kind of reset it for you a little bit. Norwell leads 56-49, 5:50 to play. The team fouls, Norwell has 5, and the Panthers have 7. So the Knights are in the bonus for the remainder of the game, and both teams with 3 timeouts left in the satchel as the Panthers will have the basketball going the full length of the floor coming out of the timeout.
Holder will inbound. Johnson remaining in there, and I think he has to.
Oh,
with
absolutely.
4 fouls.
Yeah, Eastbrook hasn't proved that anybody else can even handle the ball for the team.
Right. Now, Garrett Holder's hit a couple big shots for him, kind of kept him in it, as Mansberger can't get the floater to go. Geiger pulls down the rebound, and the Knights will head the other way. That's Leidig. He'll release to Torson. Quentin Purdy, who has not taken a shot this evening, on that left wing being guarded by Holder. I got to believe the Knights are going to be patient here the rest of the way with the 7-point lead. Leidig looking inside. Little pick and roll. Geiger gets free and scores. Assist to Levi Leidig. I've got him for 4 of those already. The Knights lead back up to 9. Holder will pop another 3, miss this one, and the rebound controlled by Quentin Purdy.
Not a very good look there for Holder, and it cost Eastbrook a possession. And now the possessions are very important because once Norwell has the basketball, they're going to be patient, and they're probably not going to take a shot unless it's a Geiger layup or Nicholson layup.
Yep, Nicholson gets free inside. That's only his 3rd shot of the second half, and the Knights lead back up to 11. Norwell seeming to have weathered the Eastbrook storm. Coach Childs will call a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here and tell you that Peyton Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. If you're 18, able to work 10-hour days and can pass pre-employment and background screenings, please apply online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution. Search for Bluffton. That's jobs.kroger.com. The Knights up by 11 with 4:19 left in this one here at the Castle. Norwell looking for their 3rd win on the season and the chance to go back over 500. Eastbrook trying to avoid falling to 1 and 3.
That's right, and I think Eastbrook has definitely competed here tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
But Norwell has just kind of proved to be the better team a little bit. I mean, they've done a lot of good things, and Norwell has, I think, really done a nice job of not panicking after the Eastbrook runs. They've kept it in control. They've really kept themselves composed. And right now they've got an 11-point lead with 4:19 to go, and there's not a much better position you could be sitting in if you're Norwell.
Eastbrook had it down to 6 at one point, and Norwell back up to 11 now. Eastbrook will have the basketball. Capone Johnson still in there. He's played the entirety of this one and several minutes now with 4 fouls. So Mansberger looking to get the offense going here for Eastbrook. He'll drive, miss the shot. However, there with the rebound, who's back in the game, Bryce Schomburg.
I think Purdy took a shot that time. As you know, Purdy's done a pretty good job on Mansberger as well tonight. I think he's done a nice job, and Purdy's kind of earned his minutes. He's been there for defense only, and he's limited Mansberger as well.
Nicholson picks up his first foul. Schomburg's free throw, not particularly close. Knights will head the other way. Schomburg really struggles from the free throw line, although he did hit one. Geiger open for another layup, misses this one, gets his own rebound, and it's going to be a foul on the floor.
This will put the Knights in the bonus here. Geiger will go to the line.
Foul. That's the first foul on Connor Childs. Geiger, I think he could get to 30 points if he hits both these free throws. First one good. He's hit his last 4 now. So you're right, Derek. He's just kind of streaky. He'll miss a few now, trying to make his 5th in a row, and he does. So Norwell back up by 11 with 3:48 to go. Johnson into the lane. The floater, no good. Rebound controlled by Geiger. Geiger's really piling up the rebounds as well, as Eastbrook commits their second turnover after creating one.
Yeah, Mansberger he stepped on the sideline, and you know, if Norwell's able to score on this possession and take some time, it's going to be very difficult for Eastbrook to come back in this one, as the Knights are in firm control now, up 11 with 3.5 to go.
That's Leidig on the side, and they've done it without Luke Zettis in the game, who's looking to check back in here. Purdy's, as you mentioned, given some good minutes to Coach McBride.
Yeah, he is.
Geiger at the 3-point line. Thought about shooting it. Instead, he'll drive and miss the shot, gets his own rebound, and scores.
Yeah, he just cannot stop Geiger.
No, they just have not. They don't have much interior defense at all, and Will's done a great job of taking advantage of it. That's going to be a foul on the Knights on the Mansberger drive. I think it's going to go on Brandon Nicholson.
It is. You know, I think this actually might be, it's on the floor, so he called it on the floor. I'm very surprised at that call, but it's going to send Mansberger to the line for one in bonus, who's been very good tonight.
Luke Zettis back in there for Norwell. Mansberger with now 15 points. He'll try to cut Norwell's lead back down to 11 with this one. And he does. Still pressure from Eastbrook here. I don't know if that on the net has helped them or hurt them. The Knights have not scored as many easy baskets off the press here in the second half. But in the first half, they scored a bunch. That'll be a full timeout for Coach McBride. We'll take it and be right back.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332.
Welcome back to the Castle. We've got 2:52 to play. It's Norwell 64, Eastbrook 53. The Knights taking a timeout right there to make sure they've got what they want on the offensive end, which I can almost guarantee you is going to be anything but a layup. Will not be shot here on the possession. The Knights trying to put this thing on ice as they try to slow it down on offense, be patient, and try to seal their third victory of the season here at home.
I've got Will Geiger with 32 points at this point. Norwell with the basketball, and a foul is going to be called on Connor Childs. That'll be his second.
Here, I'll be interested to see, and it's not employed that often. Sometimes coaches, when you get even under 3 minutes, will start going to the foul game. Now, the problem with Eastbrook here is going to be they're not real deep, and they're going to have to bring some guys off the bench. They are dressing a number of guys. So that'll be interesting. They might send Norwell to the line as early as right now.
Bryce Schomburg, the only player really in foul trouble for Eastbrook. He's got 4. Zetas is also out there for the Knights with 4. Torsen now 1 of 2 on the evening from the line. Make it, still 1 of 3 now as Holder pulls down the rebound. Johnson the other way for the Panthers, being guarded by Leidig, and a foul's going to be called. I think it's going to go on Levi. If it is, it's his first. Yep. And Eastbrook also in the bonus, so Capone Johnson will go to the line for a chance at 2 free throws. His first. Yep, they're going to give him. So that was on the shot, apparently, as Johnson with 2 free throws.
Johnson has not looked comfortable at the stripe.
No. Hits that one, though.
Yeah. But he's played on the floor for a very long time after picking up his 3rd and 4th fouls early here in the 4th quarter.
Yes, he has. Leidig up court to Zetas. Zetas being trapped, and Geiger able to help out. Will, nice pass inside. Brandon Nicholson with the basket. His 4th point of the 4th quarter. Geiger tallies an assist.
Oh, that's goaltending.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the right call.
Absolutely.
Bryce Schomburg will be credited with a basket.
Well, with that basket on the Norwell end from Nicholson, the Knights now have their best offensive output under Coach McBride. 67 points. They got 66 a couple of times last year. But Norwell, I think this is fair to say, it's probably been their best game on offense, too.
Yeah, it has been. It's come pretty easy for the Knights tonight. They have not shot much at all from outside here in the second half. They took 7 3-pointers in the first half and just 3 here in the second. Took him down close to 2 minutes. That's Geiger in the corner being guarded by Mansbarger. Mansbarger with 2 fouls. He has not guarded Will particularly closely here in the second half. He's been on him. Nicholson gets it into the post. Geiger loses the basketball on the shot, and Capone Johnson came down with it. He'll head the other way. Wide open, Garrett Holder hits the side of the backboard, almost bounded in, and Johnson able to pull down the rebound. Nice kick inside. Schomburg blocked by Nicholson, and Nicholson comes out of there with it. Excellent defense by Brandon Nicholson there, Derek.
It was, and if you're Norwell, you don't need to take another shot, as Geiger's going to get fouled before the Knights have the opportunity to do so. He'll go to the line now for the double bonus.
That'll be the 3rd foul on Ryan Mansbarger. And Geiger will try to add to his game-leading point total. He has piled up the stats tonight.
Yeah, and it's more than likely a lot of credit goes to the opponent and their style, but this has been a very entertaining game to watch.
Yeah.
Most fun I've had watching a guys game so far, at least this year. The pace has been good, and I think if Norwell kind of allows themselves to push the pace on offense a little bit, they're going to get better shots. So you might look to see Norwell try to advance the pace as Geiger goes 1 for 2 from the line in the upcoming games as they've got DeKalb coming up this Friday.
Knights up by 12, just over a minute left. Capone Johnson and runs into Ryan Mansberger. Looks inside. I thought Johnson was going to pop a three there for a second. Holder gets it back to Johnson. Now he'll launch the three and hit it. Capone Johnson with his first three of the game. And a quick timeout by Coach Childs. It is a full timeout. We'll take a break and be right back with the Knights up by 9.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Now, welcome back to the Castle. We've got 56 seconds to play. Norwell leads at 68-59. They'll have the basketball coming out of the timeout after the three from Capone Johnson. And Norwell just trying to finish this one off. They've got the big-time lead. They're going to go to the line more than likely here a couple more times as the Panthers try to force a turnover. You don't have a lot of time to waste if you're Eastbrook, so you almost have to go to the foul right away if you want to try to get back in it. But Norwell looking good and looking like they're on their way to their third victory of the year.
Torson will key it in as he finds Geiger in the backcourt. And Connor Torson's going to travel.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to do. Definitely don't want to turn it over. At the very least, you want to go to the line.
Schomburg will check back in. He's in an offensive-defensive switch mode here with Justin Singer. 50 seconds. Johnson floats in, puts up a tough shot, and the rebound controlled by Levi Leidig. Not a wise choice of shots there by Capone Johnson. I think that foul, if it's on Mansberger, it'll be his fourth. Yep. So now Johnson, Mansberger, and Schomburg all with 4 fouls. Levi Leidig will go to the line to shoot a pair. Levi with 7 points on the evening. He's had a good night.
The Knights will not put anybody on the line.
Just 41 seconds left. Geiger perfect from the line so far. He's hit 3. And he gives the Knights that double-digit lead back. And makes it 11. Good job by Levi. The Knights hit the 70-point mark for first time in a long time. That's a long three from Mansberger as Geiger pulls down the defensive rebound. Zetis hustling it up floor to Leidig with 25 seconds left.
Eastbrook not trying to foul. They're just trying to trap.
Yeah. And Norwell's going to try to play catch over it with 16 seconds. Nicholson and in the corner, Leidig
got bailed out a little bit.
Yep.
As that's not the place you want to throw it. And now's the time to learn that when you've got an opportunity to do that when you're up 11 points. 11 seconds to go. Leidig goes back to the line for 2 more.
Connor Childs picks up his third. Just 11.3 left on the clock. And that's Levi's first miss. Norwell with the solid win at home here against Eastbrook will go to 3-2, and Levi missed them both. That was Mansberger on the rebound. Quickly the other way. Bryce Schomburg scores, and he's going to be fouled.
This is not going to matter, but if you're Norwell, there's absolutely no reason to foul there.
No. Brandon Nicholson picks up his third. And here's it from Coach McBride. In fact, we could hear it from Coach McBride as Schomburg gets the free throw to drop. It's an 8-point game with 6.7 seconds left. Zettis in the backcourt. Dribbles it off his foot.
Yeah, the Knights having some trouble closing this one out.
2.9 seconds left. Capone Johnson will inbound. Finally gets it into Mansberger. Mansberger just kind of flips it up there. Nicholson will pull down the last rebound, and that'll do it. The Knights hang on for the win, 70-62. We'll take a break and be back with your post-game show.
A new adventure awaits. Above the clouds, beneath the waves, among the rocks, powered by the light around us. Each moment of time is precious. Go higher, deeper, further. Pursue your dreams. Powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement, or are an athlete injured during a recent game, or just someone who tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find any of our 17 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you and know that we will assist you in getting you back to work, play, and life. Contact IPT or your physician to start your therapy today. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball, wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Get the $6.99 any deal at your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton.
Eyes are important indicators of overall health, and comprehensive eye care goes beyond a prescription for glasses or contact lenses. At Bluffton Family Eye Care, Doctors Mitchell, Miller, and Fry take the time to get to know you, your eye care history, and your vision needs. To ensure healthy eyes and your best possible vision, our optometrists combine experience and expertise with the latest technology. They provide the expert care, advice, and the follow-up you need to look and feel your best. They take pride in providing excellent customer service by creating a personal connection with each patient individually.
To look and feel your best, visit Drs. Mitchell, Miller, and Fry at Bluffton Family Eye Care, 105 West Harvest Road in Bluffton. Call 824-3424. That's 824-3424 or online at BlufftonFamilyEyeCare.com.
And welcome back to the Castle. We're wrapping things up after a 70-62 Norwell victory, and I'm joined now by Norwell head coach Mike McBride. And Coach, congratulations on the win, and your guys get their highest offensive point total in your 2-year tenure here at Norwell.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see the scoreboard in the tens column and the 7 had hit a 7 for once. So now I'll be, that was a good job by our guys. I thought our guys did a good job of what we wanted to try to do. I thought we got the ball where we needed to get it against this team. I thought we could take advantage of some things with Will and Brandon, and we were able to do that. But it also helps. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, it helps when Luke Zettis comes down, knocks down a few threes there in the first half for us, and I thought our guys did a nice job tonight. I mean, we're still trying to figure out some things. I mean, we had some foul trouble there in the first half with Purdy, but they did a good job. I was really pleased with what we did tonight.
Yeah, and I thought your guys, after the first quarter, kind of gained control of the game, and one of the big things that we noticed was that although Eastbrook came out on fire from the field and brought a lot of energy in the first quarter, your guys hung around and kind of kept themselves in the game. I thought they did a real nice job of keeping themselves composed, and then eventually took the lead, and a huge offensive explosion in that second quarter, and a lot of it was generated off the press break on offense.
Yeah, and we knew coming in that we could attack their press, and we told our guys we've got to attack their press for layups, and we did a good job of that. We had our guys, again, I felt like we had our guys in the right spots a lot of times against the press, and then we were able to move the ball where we needed to, and then find the cutter going to the basket, which, those are easy baskets. And but yeah, they shot it really well out of the gate. We knew 24 and 10, and we were really trying not to help off of Mansberger. We were trying to help a little bit off of 24 and then recover quick because he doesn't like to dribble. And if you notice that he basically most of the shots were catch and shoot threes. Mm-hmm. So we had to go we went back to where, look, we can't leave him. We had to go no help, which makes it tough because 4 penetrates really well. He can get to the rim.
Yeah. And
when you got 2 guys, you're not leaving. I mean, that only leaves 2 guys to help, and they're bigger guys. So there were some challenges that they presented, but good job by our guys. I thought something that changed the momentum of the game a little bit in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter. If you remember, we were having a hard time. 12 had hit 2 threes, I think, and there was a timeout, and I think it was down to 6 or 5. I think it was down to 5. Mm-hmm. We went to a 2-3 zone. And that slowed 4's penetration a little bit.
It did.
And it caused their threes to not be the penetrate, drive, and kick threes that kids shoot so well nowadays. So I actually thought, and if you noticed, I mean, we had a little mini run during that stretch, and then he called timeout, and he subbed some guys back. And then we went back to being a man because they had a lineup out there at that time that did not have 24 in. And I thought we matched up a little better out of that zone. And I thought it was just a nice little change. We could give them a different look. But,
sure.
Big night for our guys, big night for Geiger.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'm glad he was wearing a Norwell jersey instead of an Eastbrook one. Yeah, 33 points, 17 rebounds. Holy cow.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Coach, you got DeKalb coming in on Friday. It's going to be your first conference game, a very important game, a game you won last year on the road in a very difficult place to win. I believe it was 66-55. What are you looking for out of the Barons coming in on Friday?
Well, Cruzy's good. The Thompson kid's an incredible athlete. I think he's like a state qualifying high jumper.
Yeah.
And Bacon's back. They've got 3 starters back from last year. Those are the 3 guys that they rely on. They really rely on Bacon and Cruzy and Thompson to score for them.
they do a variety of things. They'll play some diamond press, which we'll have to be prepared for. They'll play a lot of man-to-man. They do a great job in their offense of slipping screens. We're going to have to really, really be good on picking up slips defensively. I think it's going to be a great game. You commented that their place is a very difficult place to play. I think this is a really difficult place to play for people as well, and I'm hoping that all the Norwell Nation is out here Friday night, first boys Friday night game, conference game. I'm hoping this place is packed and the energy level's high. We had a good student section tonight, I thought, for a Tuesday night game with this weather, and so I'm anxious to see our kids back out here, our students, and get this place packed and ready to go because it's going to be an exciting night.
It sure is. Your first chance at a weekend home game coming up this Friday. Make it out to the Castle if you can. We really look forward to calling that one, and we look forward to seeing your guys again. A really nice performance, an 8-point win over an Eastbrook team that shot it well in the first half, and then the defense tightened down. So we really appreciate the time, Coach, and we wish you the best on Friday.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
That was Norwell head coach Mike McBride. As we wrap things up, Norwell, the victors this evening by 8, and I know, Greg, you have the final statistics for us this evening.
I sure do. First, for the Eastbrook Panthers, as a team, they were 21 of 52 from the field. I forgot to figure the percentages. That's okay. Folks at home, calculators at home, I'm sure, right?
Well, we know that you can't do it in your head, so.
A few, but not many. Eastbrook 21 of 52 from the field. They were 9 of 20 from beyond the arc. Now, I do know that that's 45%, so that's pretty good. 10 of 19 from the free throw lines. A lot of points left at the free throw line tonight by both teams as Eastbrook left 9 out there. Individually, they also had a total of 12 turnovers and not a whole lot of rebounds. A total of 16 rebounds for the 18 rebounds for the Eastbrook Panthers tonight. Individually, they did put 4 guys in double figures. Leading the way was Ryan Mansberger with a hard-won 16 points. Connor Childs had 15. Bryce Schomber, who was limited with foul trouble, had 14. Capone Johnson had 11. And then rounding out the scoring was Garrett Holder with 6 points on a couple of threes. For your Norwell Knights this evening, they were 26 of 44 from the field. Very good percentage for the Knights. 4 of 10 from beyond the arc. We'll take 40% any day, although 10 is not a lot of shots. And 14 of 25 from the free throw line. You can't be leaving 11 points at the free throw line every night, but tonight it wasn't enough to negatively affect the Knights to lead to a loss, so worked out okay. Norwell had 13 turnovers and collected 27 rebounds to Eastbrook's 16. Individually, a big night for Will Geiger. Went for 33 points. 17 rebounds on 13 of 21 shooting from the field. He was 0 for 2 from beyond the arc and 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Also in double figures was Brandon Nicholson. He collected 5 rebounds and 2 assists. He was 6 of 7 from the field tonight. 0 for 2 from the line and 1 for 1 from beyond the arc. Also, Levi Leidig had 9 points on 2 of 5 shooting, 4 of 6 from the free throw line and hit a 3. Luke Zetas chipped in with 8 points, 2 of 7 from the field. Both of those field goals were threes. He also hit 2 of 2 free throws. And then Connor Torson had 3, and Kyle Hinchin chipped in with a basket as well. Quentin Purdy played really good defense, collected a couple rebounds for the Knights here this evening, and Drew Fetterspiel saw some minutes but didn't have any stats for us to record. So one last thing, Derek, and that's naming a player of the game.
Well, like there's a doubt, it's Will Geiger. It's 33 points, and it's definitely not his first player of the game, and it won't be his last, but Will was just absolutely dominant. Eastbrook had nobody that could even come close to stopping him this evening, but he also had his fair share of tough shots. So, 17 rebounds is out of the team's 27, so he had all but 10.
Yep.
That's really impressive. So we are definitely going to give it to Will Geiger unless you have an extraordinary case for somebody else.
Go, no doubt about it. Go ahead and take us home, young man.
I sure will. From a snowy castle, this is Derek Decker and Greg Van Meter saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.